everyone, welcome to my kitchen. It is Sunday and it is just a few days before Thanksgiving. So I thought it might be a good time to start doing a few videos. I'm going to upload maybe more than one a day so that you can get some ideas for your meal. Now, if you haven't already chosen what you're going to have for Thanksgiving dinner, I highly recommend that you create a menu, you do a shopping list, and you take inventory of what you already have on hand. That way, you're not wasting a lot of time getting in the middle of cooking and then deciding that you forgot something. Improvise. Don't run to the store 6 times. Now, in a lot of places, you're not going to have a store open on Thanksgiving Day. In some places you are, in a lot of places you are. I know that our Walmart is going to be open all day on Thanksgiving. I know that some places are not going to be open all day, but they're only going to be open maybe until 2 o'clock. So, make sure you get all your ingredients. And the reason I bring that up is I'm going to make chess pie today. This is just a traditional Southern pie that I like to say this pie is made from nothing. The roots of this pie go all the way back to the Civil War. And really, if you look at the ingredients, you can really tell that some ingenious woman who had very little wanted to make something delicious for her family. Maybe she had a child who was celebrating a birthday, or maybe she was welcoming her husband home from being at war. You just never know. But, you know, when special occasions come up, we all want to do something special, and sometimes we don't have a lot of money, and during the Civil War, that was certainly the case. So, chess pie is amazing. It's just a wonderful sweet custard, but it doesn't have a lot of milk in it. And traditional Southern chess pie recipes call for vinegar and milk. This has buttermilk in it, which has the same chemical effect. It's wonderful. The only thing I could really, the texture of the custard is very similar to the pecan pie custard, but it's not molassesy because it doesn't have brown sugar or molasses or molasses. Yeah, right? Oh, dark corn syrup, sorry. Anyway, I'll quit talking and let's see what goes in this. Again, I have my frozen pie shell, and you take it out of the freezer just a little bit before you're ready to mix this together. I have 4 eggs cracked into the bowl. I'm going to use 2 cups of sugar, a 1/4 cup of buttermilk, a stick of butter melted, a tablespoon of cornmeal, and 1 or 2 teaspoons of good vanilla. That's all that goes into this pie. That's why I like to say this is a pie made from nothing. So here go our eggs, and I actually can see a little piece of shell in there. Let's see if I can find it.
I see it. It's at the bottom.
Is it?
Oh, it was.
Well, it was, but I'm mixing it up, so.
Yeah,
let's see, once I get the sugar in there, I can see it, but it's going to elude me, so it's making fun of me now. That's all you need to do. In with the sugar. Get that sugar in there with those eggs. They're going to make a nice sugary custard. This is going to bake together really nicely. And the other thing about chess pie is if you're going to plan on serving this for Thanksgiving, make sure you make this on Wednesday. It is much better the next day after it has had time to cool completely and that custard has had a chance to kind of set and settle down. No need to get the mixer out or the hand mixer or any of that. Okay, let's put that butter in there and the buttermilk as well. Get that all good and incorporated. And I did not mention, this pie shell is a deep dish, a 9-inch deep dish pie shell. You're going to want to make sure that your pie shell is a deep dish pie shell. Otherwise, you're going to have too much filling for your pie. But not enough filling for 2. What? Did you see it?
Yes, sir. It's like right there.
I got it. Yes, I use my fingers. Okay, in with the vanilla. Give that a good stir. And our cornmeal, which is a really interesting addition. But the cornmeal really helps this custard set up nicely. That cornmeal is going to get in there and it's going to expand. and it's going to give an interesting texture to your pie as well. Not in a bad way, in a fabulous way. All right. Let me get my favorite rubber spatula here. And I'm going to inspect my pie shell. It's been sitting out for a few minutes. It cracked a little in the freezer, and if yours does that, just take a wet finger. My finger's a little moist from rinsing off in the sink. And mend those cracks. Easy as that. All right, now in with the filling, and it just fills up that pie perfectly. Just like that. And I'll clean up when we're done. All right. Dry my hands. And what I'll tell you to do that I did not do is I would put your pie shell on your baking sheet before you fill it, because this is what is going to be the tricky part. Carefully transfer. See, it's much easier if you put your pie shell on the baking sheet first. And this is one of those times where you'll learn if your oven is level or not. My oven is level. I'm very lucky. Okay, this is going to bake. We're going to check it after 45 minutes, and then we're going to test it. You test it by putting a knife in the middle. If it comes out clean, it's done and ready to come out. I forgot to tell you, preheat your oven to 425 degrees. Bake your pie for 10 minutes at 425. At that time, turn the heat down to 300. Continue baking for 40 additional minutes. When 40 minutes has finished, test your pie. The pie is done when a knife inserted in the center comes out clean. If it doesn't come out clean, put it in for another 5 minutes and then test it again. I'll come back when it's time to take it out of the oven and test it. We'll be back in a little while. Okay, it has been 50 minutes, and you can see how nice and brown our crust is. It's not burnt, and this is not burnt either. But you also see there's this moisture here, and if I stick my knife in there, it comes out clean. It's wet, but it's clean. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the oven off, and I'm going to put the pie back in the oven, and I'm going to leave it there. There you have it. We've sliced into it, and it hasn't been maybe 2 hours since we took it out of the oven and let it sit. It's got this beautiful, crispy, caramelized top, and it tastes just like a creme brulee topping. It's absolutely wonderful. And this pie is my favorite pie of all time. And it wouldn't be Thanksgiving without it. And to be honest with you, I haven't made this for a couple of years, so this is a real treat. The girls really like it too, so we're kind of fighting over it. It's really yummy. So, chess pie. A pie made from nothing. Really, there was really very little in that. Some eggs, some sugar, a little bit of buttermilk, some butter, some vanilla, a little cornmeal. And I'll tell you that cornmeal is what makes all the difference in this pie. Without the cornmeal, that pie is not going to have the same texture or set up the same way as it does with the cornmeal. Now, if you'd like the recipe for this pie, it is available in my cookbook that I just recently released, Noreen's Kitchen Holiday Helper. And you can go to the link below if you'd like to get that cookbook. And I hope you try this, and I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, happy Thanksgiving!